What's going on, everybody? PlayerPlayzZ here. I don't know why I'm making this video now when it happened well over like 3 months ago, but it just dawned on me like probably a day prior to recording this that I should tell you guys this story. So basically this is the story of the weirdest and strangest sleepover I've been to. Now, it's no exception that, of course, it can't be a sleepover without Keyshawn and Dom there. It's like the beginning of July. I'll say that. It's like the beginning of July, because I don't remember the exact date, but we were doing a birthday party for our friend Tony. Now, Tony, he was probably, he's a very interesting character. And I say that for a lot of reasons we're not going to get into. So we have this party for him. Basically, it's me, Keyshawn, Dom, Dylan, Tony, his stepsister Hannah, and his brother Angel. And of course, Tony's parents. I also forgot to include Cameron and Alex, Cam's cousin. So all of us, the idea is that all of us are gonna go to Tony's house, and we're gonna have cake, and we're gonna play on the Nintendo Switch for a little bit. Then we were gonna go to Stop and Play, and then we were gonna go see Thor: Love and Thunder, and then come back to the house for the sleepover. Alex and Cameron couldn't get a ride in the morning, so they had to leave after the movie. And we go to Stop and Play, and we're there for a few hours. It was fun. We went to see Thor: Love and Thunder. Me personally, I just hated it. I hated it so much. So, I'm not the only person saying this, because, there were a few of us who didn't like the movie, but we go back to Tony's, play on the Switch a little bit, play on the Xbox, and so, the hours go by, and it's like 11 o'clock, and we decide that we're going to try and stay up all night. So, fast forward about a couple hours later, Tony goes off to his room to sleep, so we know we gotta pull some kind of prank on him. So we go into his room and we start to whisper stuff in his ear, right? To kind of mess with him, whisper stuff in his ear while he's sleeping. And then it got to a point where we started talking amongst ourselves in the room, and Tony woke up. And all you hear in the darkness is just, "Guys, stop yelling." And we're just like, bro. So we're not even yelling. We're talking normally, completely normally. So it gets to a point, so we decide we're gonna leave because fun's over. So we go back out into the living room, because that's where we were all sleeping. I'd like to point out now that we were sleeping on this really big couch. There were a couple bean bags and stuff. But so Tony, I guess I don't know how we were being too loud. But he comes out of his room and he starts yelling at us. He's yelling at us louder than we were talking. And he wants to talk about how we're going to wake his parents up, because he didn't want his parents to wake up, because he was afraid that if his parents woke up, then they would have us call our parents and we would have to go home. And at this point, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. All of a sudden, Tony goes back into his room and everything, and then he goes back to bed. Slowly, everyone starts going to bed. Tony's stepsister Hannah goes to bed. Brother Angel goes to bed. And so it's just me, Keyshawn, Dom, and Dylan. So Dom's starting to drift off at this point, and he's Keyshawn's saying to him, "Dom, don't you dare, you cannot lose to Steven in this." And I've been up all night before, so I know how it works. So Dom eventually falls asleep, and it's quiet, and then all of a sudden you hear probably what I can only describe as an old man snoring. That's how loud Dom was. Keyshawn kicks Dom to wake him up. It does not work. Well, actually, so Keyshawn kicks Dom. He wakes up, and we're just like, "Bro, you snore like an old man." He's like, "No way." He doesn't believe us. So he goes back to bed, and we have to deal with all that. We have to deal with that. It's me, Keyshawn, and Dylan, and at this point it's about 6 o'clock in the morning, and the sun starts coming up. Keyshawn falls asleep, and I fell asleep about an hour later. I got about an hour and a half to 2 hours of sleep. When I wake up, Tony's making breakfast, and it was just a regular thing. We just hung out for a few more hours, and then we all went home. Keyshawn and Dom hitched a ride with me, and because we all lived down the road from each other, so we all got dropped off home and rested because of everything that had gone down the night before. Oh, I'd also like to point out now all the stuff that happened during the night. Apparently, I don't know, Tony's brother got Tony pissed off at him, and Tony nearly threw him against the frickin' sliding glass door. That would have woken up his parents. And then Dylan somehow threw himself against the sliding glass door, and Tony got real pissed off. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that video. Sorry, I just don't know what to say. I have to recollect all of this. But it's really, if you guys didn't really find this story funny, I really don't blame you, but I hope you found it entertaining at least. But it was an interesting time, I'll say that for right now. Hope you guys have a good day. Go follow me on my social media, join the Discord, all that other fun stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, everybody.